I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold. Behold, frostbite they feeling. I could take
I don't know. It wouldn't let me come on. Hello? I don't think there's anybody on here. Hello? Can you guys hear me? If somebody's in here? Having some technical difficulties right now, so hold on. Maybe they can hear me. Hello? Okay, yes. She can. Phoenix can hear me. I don't know what's wrong with this. Oh, okay, we're good. We're good. Tragedy Pimps Exposed says that they could hear me. Okay. Hello, everyone. I know it's late. I had to schedule this late, but I wanted to come on here and do this special video really, really quick. There's not much to this case, but the reason why I'm going to tell you guys about this is because if you can, I would really, really love, and this is for anybody who catches the replay, whatever, I ask of anyone who's watching this, if you could call the prosecutor. Okay, it's in Columbus, Ohio. Columbus, Ohio is not too far away from me where this happened. Okay, this case, excuse me, has not gotten that much exposure at all. Nobody is talking about this case that much. If the most that people are talking about this case is on TikTok, and you guys know how I've been busy trying to build my channel on TikTok. So of course I see a lot of things, and this case just stood out to me, and it's very near and dear to my heart. So I did email this young man, may God rest his soul, his mother. She recently did a live stream as well. Not a live stream, but she did a video. So that's the reason why I wanted to tell you guys about this case. Like I said, nobody's talking about it. Nobody hardly on YouTube. Just on TikTok, and barely anybody is talking about this on TikTok. So I am going to pull something up really quick. But first I'm going to tell you about this young man. Hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. Okay, you guys. So I'm going to, whoops, sorry. Hold on. Okay, y'all. So I'm going to read this to you really quick. Okay, so hold on, that's not it. Why is it not coming up? Hold on, you guys. Okay, so Sinzae Reed, hopefully I'm saying his name right. I may not be saying his name right. I just want to tell you about this case before I show you, excuse me, the TikTok with his mom, okay? Ohio residents, and you guys know I'm from Ohio, Ohio residents and online activists are raising concerns about the actions of local police and county prosecutors after the homicide of a 13-year-old Black child unalived in Columbus nearly 3 months ago. Sinzae Reed, 13, was shot unalived in the city. Hold on. Whoops, sorry guys. That's my fault. Sinzae Reed was shot and unalived in the city on October 12th. October 12th, you guys. Have you guys heard about this at all? Columbus police arrested his white neighbor, Craig Butler. He is 36, within 48 hours of Reed's death. And the Franklin County prosecutor's office charged him with the M-word, murder. However, those charges were dismissed a few days later after Butler claimed self-defense. Under an Ohio law that went into effect in 2019, a potential suspect no longer has to prove they shot someone in self-defense. Instead, the burden rests on the prosecution. Reed's family compared his unalive to the unalive of Trayvon Martin, a 17-year-old unarmed Black child in Florida who was unalived in 2012 by a man who claimed self-defense and was ultimately found not guilty. What happened to Sinzae? Columbus police were called at about 5:45 p.m. on October 12th to an apartment complex on a report of a shooting. According to the court records, an eyewitness saw Butler exit a red truck and fire multiple times at Reed. Butler then entered his vehicle and fled the scene. According to court records, officers responding to the report of a shooting found Reed with gunshot injuries and provided medical aid until paramedics arrived. Reed was rushed in life-threatening condition to a local hospital where he passed away at 6:26 p.m. In his obituary, family members remembered Reed, who went by Zay, as a child who loved music, video games, and spending time with his family and friends. Hold on, let me close this out. Butler, another resident of the apartment complex, was initially charged with Reed's homicide and held on a $1 million bond, but charges later were dropped pending the investigation. Why were charges dismissed against Craig Butler? Prosecutors filed a motion to dismiss the case in Franklin County Municipal Court after Butler's arrest. At the time, prosecutors said Butler alleged he had fired shots at Reed in self-defense. There is no statute of limitations for filing a murder charge, and charges could be refiled at a later date. Contacted by USA Today on Monday, the Franklin County Prosecutor's Office said Columbus police are in the process of investigating Reed's death. Upon receipt of the investigation, the Office of Franklin County Prosecutors will take the appropriate action, including presentation of this matter to the Franklin County Grand Jury, the office said in an automated statement. Columbus police directed USA Today to an earlier statement that noted the department dismissed the charges pending the completion of the investigation. We continue to investigate the circumstances of Mr. Reed's being unalive with the help of outside entities and are still awaiting key forensic and ballistic evidence, the department said at the time. The department added, "We are aware of the community's concerns regarding the investigation and want to assure the community that the investigation is far from over." The official autopsy report from the Franklin County Coroner's Office has not been released. The Coroner's Office says reports take an average of 6 months to complete. The Columbus Dispatch, part of the USA Today network, has filed a request to review the report when it becomes available. Until the autopsy report is completed, it is not known how many times Reed was shot and where on his body. Why wasn't Butler charged for having a firearm? Butler has a prior conviction from 2019 for a misdemeanor domestic violence in Franklin County Municipal Court. Federal law bars people with DV convictions from carrying any firearms, but Ohio law does not have, I can never pronounce that word. They don't have, Ohio, which I know that we don't have a law against that with misdemeanor convictions for DV from carrying firearms, because Butler's conviction would bar him from having a gun only under federal law. Such charges could only be brought in federal court. Here's what Reed's family is asking. At a press event at the apartment complex on January 1st, Reed's mother, Megan Reed, said she is looking for justice for her son. All I'm asking for is justice for my baby. Is that too much to give? Reed said. I will never stop until Sinzae gets justice. I will forever be his voice. Reed's family and activists who are working with the family are demanding Butler's immediate rearrest and apology from Columbus police, a federal investigation into Reed's death, and the removal of Gary Tyak, the Franklin County prosecutor, from office. There is Reed's mother. All these advertisements, they drive me crazy. Okay, so that's what we know so far, you guys, about it. Hold on, let me exit out of this, and then I'm going to show you guys a TikTok. Like I said, there's not much information out there. That's why there's not much I can tell y'all, but I am going to give you guys the number. Hold on. I'm going to give you guys the number so you guys can call if you guys could do that for me, please. Let me turn this down. That would be great if you guys could do that. Hold on, let me see here. Okay. So I'm going to pull up, excuse me, I'm going to pull up a TikTok for you guys because I really would like for you to see this TikTok. This is Reed's, this precious young little boy, his mother, pleading for help. This injustice is absolutely, I don't understand how this man could get away with doing something like this and just claim self-defense without anything to back it up of how it even should be self-defense. I don't understand what kind of investigation took place here. So hold on, let me pull this up really quick. Okay, you guys, this is one of my favorite creators that covers a whole bunch of things on TikTok. His name is The Conscious Lee. I am going to share his, his channel in the description, and I'm going to ask you guys to watch what he's saying. It's very, very I don't understand why nobody's talking about this. I do understand that, you know, everybody loves drama and all that kind of stuff, but I have not seen not one video about this on YouTube at all. Okay. Even when I type in his name, there may be 2 videos, there's the news, but nobody is talking about this at all, you guys.
What happened to Sinzae Reed, 13-year-old black boy who was shot and killed by a white man who is now free? According to reports, on October 12th, 13-year-old Sinzae Reed was allegedly shot and killed by 36-year-old Craig Butler Sr. in Columbus, Ohio. According to the Columbus Dispatch, the Franklin County Prosecutor's Office initially charged Butler with murder, but a week later, October 19th, prosecutors filed to dismiss the case in the municipal court. More than 2 months later, Sinzae's family only knows one detail regarding to why Butler is walking away today. Somehow, a 36-year-old adult is claiming self-defense against a 13-year-old child. The adultification of our children. There's been a claim of self-defense. Columbus police homicide detective said back in October. It's been almost 3 months, and I haven't spoken to anybody about this investigation, Sinzae's mother said. The legal officials in Columbus haven't released no more information to the public, and they still claim. What happened to Sinzae Reed, 13-year-old black boy who was shot and killed by a white man who was
This is another amazing creator on TikTok. Okay. His name is Flo. He flows true crime, and he flows like what's happening in the world. And I want you guys to watch this really, really quick. It's very quick. Obviously, TikTok is only 3 minutes long. So, and I think you're going to be able to follow this so much easier from listening to him. He's amazing. I will put his name is Flow Stories. I will put him in my description as well.
Now this picture on the side, bro, Craig Butler Sr., 36 years old from Ohio, got out his truck, fired a strap, hit this 13-year-old kid several times in the back, got back in his truck and speeds away. The kid ain't live, but the man's still free today. Nah, don't make effing sense. He shot a 13-year-old in the back and got off for self-defense. What? So flagrant. This thug was currently on probation for a DV charge, stunned. Plus, he was prohibited from owning the gun. Come on, bro, this the end. It's feeling like Trayvon all over again. But it ain't Skittles. What I uncovered, Skittles the rainbow. They against one color. I'm noticing this system's reluctance. If it ain't caught on camera, no justice. Man, all this is foul. Now family gotta grieve the loss of a child. Only 13 with a dream. This is ugly. Good kid who loves puppies. Man, life just started. It's a shambles. Now his family gotta light candles? I mean, because what? Is it just this, or is it just us? At what point they intervene? About time for that Malcolm vibe by any means. Cause I know one thing for certain, these protests ain't working. I don't think that's what they need. Prayers for his family, justice for Sinzae Reed. Nah, this picture on the side, bro.
Okay, now I'm going to show you guys his mother. Okay. And it's emotional, so trigger warning, but I want to show you what his mother is saying. And that's all we know so far about this case. I will continue to talk about this case. There is racial injustice in this world. I already read that. Final Carnage. I already read all of that. Regardless, that even if that was something that is the truth, which it is because I just read it. If you were here a little bit ago, I just read that. But the point is that he wasn't even allowed to have a gun to begin with. So make that make sense. I will continue to talk about this case. And I don't think the TikTokers are spreading false information. They're spreading and talking about, they're trying to bring awareness about this case. They're spreading the truth about this case. No one ever said that in self-defense, the burden rests on the prosecution. That's understandable. But he was charged with DV. He wasn't supposed to have the G word in the first place. So that's the problem here. And among so many other problems, but the racial injustice in this world, I will always talk about this. And this case is very near and dear to my heart ever since I read it. No matter what, this little boy did not deserve to be shot and ultimately unalived from self-defense. A 36-year-old man. No, sorry. That's not I don't know. Okay, so I am going to bring up what his mother said. I totally get what you're saying, but the law is the law. The prosecution cannot prove the argument, so they had. No, I don't agree with that. The law is the law, right? No, he did not. Phoenix. No, he didn't. The law may be the law, but why would they not even prosecute him for having a weapon in the first place? He did not have any weapon, Phoenix. Okay, so let me pull up what his mother said, if I can find her.
Turned 13, like he still had his whole life ahead of him. I'm sorry. It took someone to take him, like, that's my baby, and not have no remorse for it at all. It breaks my heart. Like, every day I gotta wake up and my son is in here because of coward took him away from me. And now he's trying to claim it's self-defense. Like, how could you be scared of my little baby? If anything, he could have called the police. He could have did a lot of things. But he chose to shoot my baby, then come back, stop his car, and left him for dead. This is something I would never get over. Like, I gotta live with this for the rest of my life. And the justice system's not even helping me because why? My son's black. My son, he just turned 13. Like, he still had his whole life ahead of him. I'm sorry. And for someone to take him, like, that's my baby, and not have no remorse for it at all. It breaks my heart. Like, every day I gotta wake up and my son is in here because a coward took him away from me. And now he's trying to claim it's self-defense. Like, how could you be scared of my little baby? If anything, he could have called the police. He could have did a lot of things. But he chose to shoot my baby, then come back, stop his car, and left him for dead. This is something I would never get over. Like, I gotta live with this for the rest of my life. And the justice system's not even helping me because why? My son's black. My son, he just turned 13. Like, he still had his whole
Okay. There's more to what she said. As I continue to talk about this case, I will let you guys know the things that the next video that she did, they are protesting. I'm just saying, if you want to be taken seriously and getting justice, then go after the ridiculous law and not the police. Who says I'm not going after the law? I mean, the police are the law, technically. I mean, to me, at the end of the day, I know there's not much to this case, so there's not much I can say about this case. But I am still going to continue to talk about it. I am still going to continue to bring awareness about this case. It's because at the end of the day, this whole thing doesn't make any sense. What is it that you were protecting yourself from, okay, in self-defense, a 36-year-old man and a 13-year-old child? It doesn't add up. It does not make sense. And I will continue to bring awareness on it. And the last thing that I'm going to give you guys is the number to the prosecutors. Okay, so that is what a lot of people are trying to do. And if I cannot find the number now, I will put the number in the description, because there are a lot of people that are calling the prosecutor to put pressure on him because absolutely nothing is being done. The great thing about this case, and looking on the positive aspect of it, is there's no law statute of limitations, so they can any new information that comes up, they can reopen the case. I get it, but in the same sense, I think the pressure does need to be kept on the prosecutor. So that's what I am going to ask of you guys. Even if you don't understand something, okay, do your due diligence, okay? Because even when I was listening to this case, even though I know that the laws are messed up, with the way that things work and the burden of it, just that still doesn't make it right. And going after the law, okay, you can go after the law. You can also, and no one is really talking about technically going after the police, because at the end of the day, the police can only do so much. It is the prosecutor that I feel like people should be putting the pressure on. So I am going to find the prosecutor's number and I'm going to put it in the description. Sorry, he's making me laugh. I'm going to put it in the description. And I ask of all of you to please call the prosecutor. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me see something here. I am going to, hold on, show you guys one last thing. Like I said, there's not much to this case and it's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, all you can do is bring awareness to this. And shout out to every single TikToker that is staying on this and constantly bringing awareness about this, because if it wasn't for TikTok, I wouldn't know either. So it might be this one. No, maybe no, I don't think it's that one. Maybe it's this one. If it's not, if I can find the prosecutor's number on here, I will, and I'll put it in the chat. However, it will be in the description. So let me share this.
Sinzae Reed, striking him 4 to 5 times.
Have you heard the devastating story of Sinzae? This white man that you see pictured in the mugshot got out of his truck one day and fired 4 to 5 shots into Sinzae's little body, ultimately taking his life. He was arrested and held on $1 million bond. And you would think that would be the end of it, but unfortunately, it just never is quite that easy. No, he was released because him and his mother told the police that he feared for his life, hence the reasoning why he fired the shots in the first place. And the police, they didn't even have the respect to let Sinzae's family know that they released their son's killer. This is a prime example of showing that not only did systemic racism and blatant racism not die with the Klan many years ago, like some like to argue, but it is in fact still at large and still exists. Yes. The Klan, see, they traded in their hooded robes and pointy hats for badges, gavels, and Senate seats. And instead of burning crosses in the front of our houses, they then turned to imprisoning and killing our husbands and sons. But when you see your son do something blatantly racist, you say, oh, well, boys will be boys. But little Sinzae doesn't get to be a boy anymore because he's gone. And under the guise of unity, when your men have strategically turned against you and do not care, you look to us to clean up the mess that you bore and raised. And to the fake outrage, well, how dare you not want to help women should unite, women supporting women, right? But in times like these, where is the support and unity? Where is that fake outrage like you had when the Black Girl Follow trend was going on, right? And it has been an unspoken law that it is illegal and frowned upon to be Black in America, and deadly. So say his name and say it loud. And for once, let's hold Sinzae's killer accountable for the things that he has done in this tragedy. Sinzae doesn't have a voice, so we have to be that voice for him. Justice for Sinzae.
13-year-old Sinzae
Year-old Sinzae Reed. He was gunned down in Columbus, Ohio by a 36-year-old white man named Craig Butler. This is Craig Butler. Now, he has a history of being a part of hate groups. Not only that, but he also has prior domestic violence charges. So he wasn't supposed to have a weapon nor own one. Now, the problem with this whole case is that the Columbus, Ohio PD decided not to press charges on him and gave him self-defense on a 13-year-old boy who was walking down the street minding his business, who had no weapon on him and was not a threat to him. So we all need to call Columbus, Ohio PD, or even just get the word out there so they can press charges on him, because they can pick up murder charges again whenever they want. So far, they've given him self-defense. This is ridiculous. This is Sinzae Reed's mom and his older brother. Only 13, he had a dream. Again, let's all take a moment of silence for Sinzae Reed. He was a charter school student, and he loved video games, and he was really good at schoolwork. He also loved his friends. So please all remember the 13-year-old boy who lost his life to racism. This is 13-year-old Sinzae Reed.
Okay, you guys, sorry about that. So I don't know why I cannot find the number, but I will. And even if I'm not going to stop talking about this, okay? Like I said, whatever information I figure out or I find out, you guys will be the first to know. And I am going to put the prosecutors, I left a message, okay, because it went to voicemail. I'll continue to call there. I want anybody, the replay watchers, you guys now who are in here, please call the attorney or whatever he is. I can't even, whatever. You guys know. You guys know what I mean. Because the pressure needs to be kept on him in order for something to be done. Okay. Sorry about that, you guys. In order for something to be done, the pressure needs to be kept on him. So I am going to, and a lot of people are, as a matter of fact, somebody on their TikTok video did give the number and to that prosecutor's office. However, I can't find the video. When I find the video, I will come back on here and show you guys. I'm not going to stop bringing awareness about this case. It is something that could happen to me. I remember and I still have it on record, and I definitely am going to show you guys one day. I remember the first time that my son experienced racial profiling and how scared he was, because it was something that he had never experienced before. And it's something that I've warned him about, because we, as Black parents, we, especially when we have young children, we have to prepare them for things like this, unfortunately, because that's just the way the world is. And no matter how much you prepare, you don't know. No matter how much you prepare your child or try to prepare your child for that, you can never prepare them for when it actually happens to them. And when it happened to him, there was no way that I could get to him. It was probably one of the scariest times of my life. And I couldn't imagine something like that happening to me. So at the end of the day, you guys, you have to look at this and make it make sense. Here's a 13-year-old little boy walking, okay? This 36-year-old man drives by him. Maybe, and I'm not saying that this is true, but maybe the little boy said something to him. You never know. You know how 13-year-old little boys can be. But regardless, how did your life feel as though it was in danger enough to where you had to shoot down this 13-year-old baby? How did you feel that your life was in danger? He already has a DV charge, so therefore he shouldn't have had a weapon. And no matter how much you try to look at whatever, you can't look at this any other different than what it is. Thank you, Women Are Not Cowards. I appreciate that. Thank you. You have to see, I'm not going to make any type of excuses. I can sit here and say, and we don't even know if Sinzae, we don't know if he even did say something to him, but let's just say he did. Let's just say he was walking down the street trying to act all bad and hard and said something to the man. That justifies him ultimately unaliving this third. How could you feel threatened by a 13-year-old child? At the end of the day, too much of this happens. Too many people get away with this. I still, till this day, will never, and I still need to talk about Jelani Day. Because at the time when things were happening, when what happened to Jelani Day, it was the same time as, the Gabby Petito, and may God rest her soul. That was a very big case, but that case, nobody was talking about anything else but that case. And then you have Jelani Day in a sundown state. Look it up if you don't know what it is. Found in the water, okay? They're trying to say that he committed S. And nothing adds up, you guys. Nothing adds up. So there's too much racial injustice in this world. And not saying that I'm going to be the one to, there's no way that you can ever cover every single case. But I will be the one to bring as much awareness as possible whenever I can. And this is something that holds. I have a 12-year-old that it could easily be me. It could be anybody. So anyone who is Black. And then obviously there are, and we don't know if this is true, these are all accusations, but there is, they're saying that basically he was definitely a part of some hate groups and things like that. I would have to see proof of that. But I'm going to continue to bring awareness about this case. If you have any questions, if you ever run into something that you feel is interesting about Sinzae and his story, may God rest his soul. I pray for his family. My heart and prayers go out to his family. I couldn't imagine how his mother feels right now in that place to where there's nothing she can do. And the only thing that we as creators can do, and thank God for the TikTokers who have been spreading awareness about this, is try to bring as much awareness as possible. That's all we can do. unfortunately, people don't care about things like this. And I understand this is YouTube. But in the same sense, just because people don't care, I don't care if I reach 2 people, 3 people. That's 3 people that could call the prosecutor's office and make some type of a difference. Okay? So all I ask is that when I keep an eye on the description. I wish I can find the number now, but I don't have that right now. And I don't want to rush and do it and put the wrong number down there and you guys are calling the wrong number. When I called, that number was a different number. Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you. That number was a different number. I did leave a voicemail, but like I said, I don't want to give you guys the wrong number and put it down here and then y'all all call it and then it's the wrong number. Hopefully, if that's the right number, they get back to me. And when they get back to me, I will put that in the description. But I'm still going to put the number that I seen on TikTok. I just can't find it because that was last week or the week before. And I should have saved it, but I didn't save it. So I just looked it up and called myself. So when I get the number, I will put it in the description. Please keep an eye on the description, or I will tell you guys when I go live about this story next. But like I said, please pray for this young man's family. I can't imagine what she's going through right now. And he has sisters and brothers. I'm pretty sure. I think he has a sister. Like I can't even fathom how she felt when she got that phone call, how she feels right now, knowing that there's really nothing that she can do but continue to call the prosecutor's office and try to make some type of a difference. I do know that there has been a protest, but I just wish I could do more, you know. So thank you guys for listening to me. The next time I talk about this, hopefully there will be some new information. Hopefully, I know that they're waiting for the autopsy report to come out. So once that autopsy report comes out, I think that's what they're trying to see in the first place. But there needs to be some type of justice for this young man, for this young little baby, only 13 years old. He had his whole life ahead of him. How much longer is these types of things, the racial injustice in this world, how much longer is this going to go on? You know? So if you guys have any questions, you can email me. Just keep an eye on the description. But if not, I will just come back on here and tell you guys the number. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you guys listening to what I have to say. And I will be back on here tomorrow. There's not much to this case. That's the sucky part of it. I can't tell you too much because I don't know that much, and neither does anybody else. All we know is that the story that he was walking down the street and he was gunned down, and that they ended up releasing this man. And the fact that he shouldn't have even had a weapon should speak volumes to so many people. People want to be so dismissive. People want to act like it's always this whole, victim mentality of Black people, but yet you see these things on a day-to-day basis. And it's not only Black people, you know what I'm saying, who are talking about this story and who's trying to bring awareness to this story. How could you look at this entire case and make any type of excuse or see this any other way than what it truly fucking is? You can't. No matter what kind of excuse that you try to come up with, as far as even thinking that this young man had a weapon, he didn't. He didn't. There's no excuse. There's no excuse for the things that happen. And I'm just not going to ever stop talking about this because, like I said, it could be me. It could be any Black mother who has a young child. And my heart and prayers go out to her, and I can't imagine how she's feeling right now. I will continue to pray for her. Please, you guys, pray for Megan. Her name's Megan Reed. I'm pretty sure Megan. And like I said, I love you guys. Thank you for listening. I appreciate all of you for just taking the time to listen to Sinzae's story, and I will continue to talk about this as much as I can. As long as there's information out there, I will do the best that I can to spread as much awareness as possible. Okay. Fight and stand up for racial injustice, you guys. There was a comment that somebody made to me on a video that I did on TikTok. Okay. And people, you can look at this of one or two ways. You can look at this like when you are spreading awareness, which is what I do. And I also do that on TikTok as well, along other things too. But I do that on TikTok. If you can look at this, there are a lot of people who look at this as, when you're talking about racial injustice, when you're talking about the blatant things that happen, Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, the list goes on and on and on. Okay. But there are some people who use the excuse, when you talk about this, you're dividing. That's not true. Okay. And I cannot say this enough. When you talk about this, you're spreading awareness. The only way it divides is if we let it. The only way it divides is for people like you who continues to make excuses about division. When people speak up about this shit, to me, all it is a way to be dismissive, to get Black people to shut up about the racial injustice and that continues to go on here in America. Okay. If we all stood together and fought together, they couldn't divide, right? The only way that there is a cause of division is when you make excuses, blatant excuses for something right in front of your face, and there is no excuse to be made. There is no way to make it make sense because it's right in front of your face and you either see it or you don't. And if you choose to not see it, if you choose to stand down, if you choose to not speak up, that's what causes division. Okay? Not speaking up about it. That's what causes division. Making excuses for every single situation. That's what causes division. It's up to you to choose whichever place that you want to stand. Period. That's it. Because to be honest with you, that's what they want. They want to divide. You're right. The media picks and chooses the things that they talk about. However, yes, they want to divide, but they can't do it if we don't let them. You see, they know that when they are spreading, when the media picks and chooses the things that they want to bring, the cases that they want to talk about, the cases that they want to make more publicized than others, especially Black people, when it comes to racial injustice, all of those things, they want for people to look at this and make excuses and say, well, he probably had this, or it's probably his fault, or he probably didn't comply. He probably didn't shut up. And no, that's what they want. That's what they want. To make excuses. That's what causes division. But if you stand up and stand with Black people as they go through these types of things throughout life, that's what ends it, in my opinion. When people stand together and quit making excuses. It's the people who make excuses that continue to be dismissive whenever a Black person is enduring what they are enduring. It's the people who make excuses and pretend that this doesn't exist. That's the problem. That's what causes division. So thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate all of you. I am so happy that I was able to come on here and share Sinzae's story with you. Please pray for his family. that they find comfort during this difficult time, because I couldn't imagine what his mother is going through. May God bless her and her family. I pray that there is justice for Sinzae's mother, who deserves justice for her child, a baby who had his whole life ahead of him. So I pray that there will be justice. And I also will say that rest in peace to Sinzae, and continue to try to spread as much awareness as you possibly can about this. And thank you guys so much for being here. No, there's nothing to be sorry about, sweetheart. It is what it is. I think some people don't like to talk about things like this because it's, it's controversial. Everybody has their own reasonings as to why they choose to believe what they choose to believe. And that's just my opinion. I feel like that's what causes division in the world, not sharing things and bringing awareness about things. What causes division is when you're being dismissive about those things. That's the big problem when it comes to racial injustice, in my opinion. So, like I said, when I find the number, I will put in the description. You can look it up yourselves, but I don't know for sure if that's going to be the right number or not. It happened in Columbus, Ohio. You can look for the prosecutor, the court prosecutor. I don't know. I guess that's how you would look for it. That's how I did. But once I find out the accurate factual information, I will put it in the description, or I'll come on here and let you guys know. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys so much. And please, please, please pray for Sinzae and pray for his family. And may he rest in peace and justice for Sinzae Reed. Because I can't imagine what his mother is going through. I wouldn't wish that type of pain on my worst enemy. And I pray that there will be justice. Yes, there is laws that need to be changed. I get it, but in the same sense, he shouldn't have even had a weapon in the first place. Let's start there. Let's start with that. If he shouldn't have had a weapon in the first place, then why aren't we pursuing something with that? Okay. At least to have him, the horrible fact that he was involved in DV, that's a horrible situation in itself. He wasn't supposed to have a weapon. How about start with putting him behind bars because of that? Then when the autopsy report comes out, pursue it from there. But no, he just gets to be, released, living his life while Sinzae is gone. He's no longer here anymore. Whoops, sorry guys. When Sinzae is gone, he's no longer here anymore. So that is what pisses me off. I don't care. Everybody can make excuses if they want to, but you can't. You can only make up so many excuses to a point where you have to see things for what they really are. And if you can't see things for what they really are, I don't know what to tell you, because there is no excuse for a 13-year-old little boy walking down the street. I don't care what he said to that man, to have a weapon and shoot and take his life and unalive him. He could have called the police. Okay. He could have called the police. He could have did anything, but he did that. He literally took a young boy's life for no fucking reason. It's okay, you guys. I love you. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your night. I will be back on here tomorrow, and I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Don't forget to give somebody a compliment tomorrow. You can literally change their entire day. Stay beautiful on the outside. More importantly, on the inside, look in the mirror, tell yourself how beautiful you are. And I hope 2023 is being good to you guys so far, and you're manifesting all of those types of things. And I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Deuces. Love y'all.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go.
Really? I don't know why it just stopped.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold, behold.